Hello everyone. In this video, we'll study about the numeric data types out of the inbuilt core data types. Okay, so we were writing the previous code in this Python dashboard. We will just have a new heading which will be like built-in core data types. Let us write it down. Let's have the heading as data types. After writing this, I'll first of all write all the data types in the comments. We will write the comments using the hash. Okay. So let's write the first one, that is the numeric. There are like integers that would be like signed or unsigned. Signed would be like negative values. Then Boolean values, that is true or false. Let me just zoom it a little. Okay. So yeah, this is visible now. Okay. Then we have the float values, the numbers with the decimals. So let us write the float now. And after this, we have the complex number, that is the number containing the real number and the imaginary number, which would be in mathematical term I, which is under root minus 1. Now, next data type would be the string. But before that, let me just write the heading as built-in core data types. I will write all the built-in core data types, but I will only focus on the numeric data types in this video. Okay. So we have the string, that is the sequence of characters. For example, we printed hello world inside the function of print using the double quotes or single quotes. That was a string. Now we have the list. Then we have tuple. Then we have set. The set is similar to list but does not allow duplicate values. So let us go ahead with the dictionary, because we will have the key and the value pair inside the dictionary, which is like an advanced version of the set only. Okay, so let us proceed with the numeric data types. We will cover all the built-in core data types in the following videos. Okay, so let us go ahead. So let us zoom out first and have a new cell. We will first of all write the comment as number and we will start with the integers. So hash numbers and then first part, that is integer. Okay. So integer would be like 1, 2, 3 without the decimal things, because if you put a decimal, that is 3.0, 3.1, 3.2, then that would be in the float part. So let us have a variable. So we have variable as a, which is storing the value of phi, and phi is an integer. We have another variable as b, which is storing the value of 6, and 6 is an integer. Okay, so integers would be signed or boolean only. So let me just remove this bracket, because that may be true or false. That is 1 or 0 only. Okay, so now 1.1 signed integers. Okay, so let us say c equals to a negative value, so -1. D equals to another negative value, let us say -4. So these are the signed integers. Okay, so let us have the next one, that is boolean. So boolean would be like 1 or 0, which is 1 would be like true and 0 would be the false. So boolean of 0 is, let us run it and see what happens. Boolean of 0 means false. Okay, so here it is. We have the output as false. Now let us check for the boolean of 1. We have it as true. Okay. We can also use str function in place of bool, that is boolean function. Okay, so in place of 0, we would be writing false inside the str function, and in place of 1, we would be writing true. So let us write this boolean functions as comment, then str of, let us say, first as false. So let us run it. So we have the output as false. Now let us change the parameter to true. In place of false, we will be writing true now. So let us run this. Okay, so I just had the hash before this, which made it as a comment. So we have the output as true. So if you wanna use an integer values, then use the boolean function. And if you wanna use the string, that is true or false, then use the str function. Okay. So let us proceed ahead. So we have completed the first part. Now we have the float part. So numbers, and we have the second part as float. As I already told you, a float is a number with a decimal point. So anything like 3.0, 3.1, 10.467. So let us have that inside another variable. So let us make that variable as e, because we have completed till d now. So we will have e equals to a number which will be having a decimal. But we can also have it in exponential form. Okay, so let me just write it over here only. So fractional forms and exponential forms. Fractional would be the numbers which we can easily represent as a decimal number, and the exponential would be, for example, we have seen the speed of light as 3.8 into 10 raised to power 8. So that 10 raised to power 8 is the exponential part. So let us have the first part, that is the fractional forms. 2.1, that is fractional form, that is a normal decimal number. So let us have the variable as e, and we can have any number whichever you like. So 1234.65. Then we have another number that would be 23.8765. Let me just zoom it and we will proceed ahead with the exponential part. So 2.2 exponential notation in the floating part. Okay, so exponent notation. So we will have the capital letter E, which will indicate the exponent. So we can have the number as 3.35567 and then capital E 5. So exponent, the power of 10 would be 5. So now we have the number as 45.45 with exponent. Let us make it positive only. We can also have it as negative. We can also write the exponent as 0405, but that's the same as 4 only. Okay, so if you want to, you can write it as 04, but that's one and the same thing only. So we have completed till the floating part. Now let us write the complex numbers. As you may have already studied, a complex number is a number which is containing the real part and the imaginary part. And the imaginary part is the under root of -1. Okay. So complex number. Let me just zoom it. Okay. And for the beginners, let us write the comment. So let us represent it as a plus bi, and I is the square root of -1. Okay, so where I is square root of -1. So we will have the complex number stored in a variable and we will print the variables. Okay, so let us name the variable as, for example, z, and we will have the real part and the imaginary part. So here a was real, that is 23, and imaginary part, that is b, which is 11. So 23 real part and 11 imaginary. Okay, So we write the complex number in the form of a plus bi. Let us write another complex number where we have the real part as 0. Let us say 0 plus 0.4j, and I have to like remove I and make it as j only, because in Python we have the imaginary part as j. Then we have another variable as k, which is having real part as 34.5 and the imaginary part as, for example, let us say 2. Okay, so let us run this. We will have print statement now. So we'll pass z as the parameter in the first print function. We'll pass the other two variables too, that is I and k. We will run it. We have the complex number like this. Okay, so first part was having a real part and an imaginary part, that's why we got it between the brackets. Then we didn't had the real part in I, so we got the I as 0.4j, and k was having the real part 34.5 and the imaginary part, that is 2j. That's why we got the complete number between the brackets, which means
The complete complex number is between these brackets.
so now this is the end of the numeric data types. We will see the strings, tuples, list and dictionaries in the next videos. Okay. And if you found the video informative, then do like, share and subscribe. Also check out the playlist inside the channel dashboard, which would be containing playlist according to the programming language, that is on C, Python, Java, also on the web development, that is the JavaScript and PHP. Okay, so see you all in the next video.
Bye bye.